I think that timing a journey or an encounter, a psychedelic encounter, I think for most people, perhaps intuitively, if you're checking in with your body, if you're checking in and taking a lot of time before you decide to do that, you may end up just intuitively selecting the right time for you. And so the idea that astrology gives us more control, I'm somewhat hesitant to fully get on board with that. However, if you are aware of when specific archetypal flavors are around us, even as simple as, is it a new moon or a full moon? Are we during Mercury retrograde, etc.? Just these very simple things. Are you in your Saturn return? These types of very kind of high level pieces of astrology can help us temper and perhaps select with a little bit more intention the type of moment that may be most appropriate for us when we're going into encounter these dimensions, these beings, really, that psychedelics can be. So why use astrology to time? I think that the space that psychedelics open for us is, I'm concerned actually with how it's kind of treated quite flippantly in this culture. I think that psychedelics can be incredibly dangerous. I really have appreciated your nuanced conversation around this for the past few years.
Thank you.
I think they are extraordinarily dangerous, important wildcard elements. And if you have a tool such as astrology to help you attenuate how you're going to approach that realm, such that if you select a time that is going to be less intense, less traumatic, smoother, then that might be a good thing if you are going to be trying to work through any specific issue, or you're just approaching for the first time. You're thinking about what are the dynamics between you and if you have a sitter or other people who are in the experience with you, etc. So it's a kind of way of just, let's see if we can smooth this out. Let's see if we can just make this less wildcardy, less chaotic, if we can, and a way of bringing intention to it as well. Because I always choose for myself, I always elect, that's the astrologer nerd way of saying it, elect a time where if I'm going to go into that space, I've decided from what I know that it's the best. And it's similar to what Terence McKenna used to talk about in terms of using I Ching, before to sort of check out. And I think that demonstrates a kind of important humility that we're not totally in control of the realm that we exist in time, and we don't totally control the frame that we bring to whatever is going on. There's other influences involved, and so it's kind of in that spirit. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's kind of what I would say.
It does. There's another question I have about the history of how it came to be that psychedelics were associated in this timing thing, which links to Stan Grof. But I want to put a pin in that because I just like to get clarify that I understand what you're saying here. That astrology as a practice is a tool by which we are able to get a sense of what sort of archetypal energies are alive in reality and how they're impacting the energies inside of us, because we are a unique being showing up to reality where each of us are slightly different. And that slight difference in the archetypal energies can be tracked presently in the past and into the future by using both from the outside planetary movements and from the inside the planetary positions at the moment of one's birth. And that utilizing that tool, that mapping and tracking tool, we're able to get a better sense of what it might be like to expand our, lack of better terminology, expand our consciousness into an altered state at a particular time.
Yeah, that's my contention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. It is really cool.
You said it quite well.
Yeah.
Better than I did.
So